How to create a project in the Intus platform. After logging in as International Coordinator, press the tab Projects and then choose Create Project. Here you have to provide the necessary information for a new project. In the case you already have a link for your project, you can add it here. And necessary information is that you state the age range of the pupils that will be involved in the project. For instance, from 12 to 18. Then you have to choose what type of mobility will be done. Is it virtual or just online, or does it involve the presence of the students in different countries? You can get in the dates. And most important, in the case you are looking for partners, then you should click campaigning. That means that this project is looking for partners, so it will be available in our page for other coordinators and teachers to see that they can join the project as a partner. You should, it's an option, but you should here provide your email contact. It's true that you can be contacted directly by the platform without stating your email address, but most times it goes to the spam box, the communication through the platform. So this is a way to guarantee that your contacts concerning future partners for the project are in fact directed to your email and without going to the spam box. After you have created the project, you can, of course, delete the project, pressing the trash bin, or you can edit the project by clicking on the show box. And here you'll have the information concerning the project and that you have already stated. And when you press the pen, you go back to the previous text box where you can fill up the information or change information again. Next step in building a project in our platform is to get the schools. Of course, by default, the school that you belong to will be already inserted in the system. Now you just need to add schools that will participate in your project. And from the drop menu, you can pick up the schools that will be working with you. Next step is to choose the participants of the project. So you'll need to click on Add Teacher. Of course, as you may notice, you'll only be available to add teachers from your own school. This is a protective measure in the case of other schools are not actually participating in the project. So the teachers can only be added by the coordinators of the corresponding school. Another important information is, of course, you are the international coordinator of the school, but that doesn't mean that you will be coordinating every international project. So that means that the teacher that will be coordinator of a project, you should click here on the checkbox that he or she can change the information for this project So he will be allowed on this particular project to change and edit all the information Next step will be the activities. And here, if you press on steps of mobility, you'll have several steps, several activities that are not on a particular order that we in the project realize that are common to most of the international projects. And when you pass the cursor on top of the activities, you'll have a small description of what it means. And when you select some of them and press create, those activities will be linked to your project. Of course, it will happen that these standard activities that we've inserted don't fulfill your need. So then on that area, you can create an activity by yourself, and then you'll have to fill up the necessary information and create activity to have this new activity on your list. After creating activities, of course, you can edit them by pressing the pen, or you can delete them by pressing the trash bin. Another functionality is that you can press the information here if it's already done this activity or not. At the moment, of course, none of them are done, but when you press here, it will be considered close this activity on done. What information can you edit or add for your activities? For instance, on this activity, of course, you can add the description of the activity. You can attach files that will be necessary to proceed with the activity, or files that to arrive from the execution of the activity. And you can pick up from the list of participants already enrolled in the project, teachers that will be working in this activity. And you can add as many teachers as necessary. Finally, the result tab. Here you can create a result of your project. Attach a necessary file of the result if it exists. When you create the result, you have again the possibility to delete it on the trash bin, to edit it on the pen, or send it to news. When you send it to news, it will go to the newsletter of the Intus project, and it's a way to show and disseminate the results from your project, since the newsletter is public and any person that comes to the platform, comes to the Intus webpage, can see the results. So that means that you should only send to news things that you want to turn public.